The race is now neck and neck. 1 week before the runoff election, the peace process with FARC rebels is at the center of the campaign. The rebels and the government took responsibility for the crimes committed during 50 years of war. Now there is a chance that millions of victims will be heard. Negotiators say including them in the peace talks will be key to ending the conflict. In his campaign, President Juan Manuel Santos is focusing on his role in the peace talks.
We are so close to peace. That's why I need the Colombians' mandate to finish successfully this process that's been carefully planned and executed.
His opponent, Oscar Ivan Zuluaga, is campaigning on jobs, health and security, but in the last weeks, he too has taken a stronger stance on peace negotiations, promising to talk to the rebels if certain conditions are met.
We are willing to negotiate peace, but it must be based on justice and respect for the victims. Peace requires that FARC rebels cease all terrorist attacks.
On the last day of their campaign, both candidates decided to go after the rural vote. There are millions of farmers around the country, and what is at stake for them in this election is their productivity and their security.
For decades, farmers have suffered the most because of the armed conflict. That's why Alejandro Mesa says Santos must be re-elected.
We've endured years of war, and now it's time for us to live in peace. If there is peace, the money used in the war should be invested in other things.
But Bernardo Muñoz believes that Zuluaga's promises of jobs, subsidies and credits will bring peace to the countryside.
If we do well with our farms, the violence will end. But if we are going hungry, what kind of options do our children have?
60% of Colombians didn't vote in the first round. Both candidates believe they need the farmers' votes. 32% of Colombians live in the countryside. Now that the campaign is over, next week's race will be defined by local politicians who are now reaching out to Colombians in the most remote areas. And every vote counts. Mariana Sanchez, Jazeera, Sogamoso, Colombia.